Well, we've got some great news for free speech loving patriots in America. Today, this week, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of 303 Creative that said that they cannot be compelled to create something that violates their conscience. And this is great news because we've seen our rights under attack here lately, and this is great to see the government actually protecting the rights that God has given to us. Now, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 in favor of 303 Creative. This is a design agency out in Colorado that does creative websites and different kinds of graphic design for people that, and there's lots of amazing things here to promote different causes that are close to the heart of the owner, which is like supporting children with disabilities, it's about celebrating the beauty of marriage, overseas missions, animal shelters, veterans, all kinds of things. These are the kinds of activities that they were doing there with this graphic design company. And an LGBT group came and wanted to have something celebrating that lifestyle, and she refused to do it. And that's her right to do, because we cannot be compelled to use our creative abilities for something that we don't agree with. I mean, that's just insane to me to understand that anybody could think that we should be forced to use our creative abilities for something that we don't agree with. That's just crazy to me. But this went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and it was a 6-3 decision. And Colorado has a law that's basically trying to censor and force her to do these things. And so, praise God that it ruled in favor of her. And this is something that people seem to gloss over. But what we really need to understand is, I mean, she's actually served people from the LGBT, people living an LGBT lifestyle for different creative endeavors, and she didn't have a problem with that. The problem is, the difference is when somebody wants that lifestyle created and actually created something like a wedding cake or a website or something celebrating that lifestyle. That's very different than just serving somebody who happens to be living that lifestyle. And so that's the issue here is, I just can't believe that there are 3 judges in the Supreme Court that don't get this, that are not on the side of this. And one of the fundamental things we need to understand is that God is the one that gives us our rights. It's not the government. Our rights come from God. And the government's job is not to give us rights. The government's job is to protect the rights that God has given to us. And that's what the government did in this case. And I'm still dumbfounded that there was 3 judges that did not agree with this. But this is an encouragement to all of us, because regardless of how this went, we should be standing strong with our biblical Christian convictions, and we should be not violating our conscience no matter what comes. I mean, there was another baker from Colorado that had the same issue with the same law and went up to the Supreme Court as well. And for some reason, Colorado is still pushing this. And so, but regardless of the result, we should be encouraged and excited, and we should be doing what God gives us to do and counting the cost and being willing to hold what God gave us with an open hand, so that he can take it if he wants to, and he can give us more if he wants to, or he can replace it with something else, whatever he wants to do. And so we need to keep our eyes on the Lord and what he wants us to do, and have our free speech and maintain our rights that God has given to us. And so we need to make sure that we're celebrating this, and praise God, and a win for free speech, and a win for our rights, a win for freedom of religion. And we need to keep these coming. We need to keep fighting. We need to keep going strong, and praise God. So, all right, more to come soon. God bless.